But the people that actually built this, that how advanced they were, there's no necessarily like a theory as to why they went away or why they left or were they killed or...
That's all of these ancient stories come back to cataclysm.
Not Younger Dryas for them, or maybe it was.
We don't know. Let's put it this way. So the Egyptians themselves, I don't think you can separate the dynastic Egyptians from the what you might call the builder culture, right? The advanced culture. The Egyptians themselves call themselves a legacy culture. So they describe 2 time periods before the dynastic civilization. The oldest one is called Zep Tepi. It's when the gods themselves walked to the earth. They had mystical capabilities. It went for like 25,000 years. Yeah, those were the gods that then get worshipped as gods in their pantheon. They supposedly walked the earth.
This is Horus, Osiris.
Yep. And then after they went away, for whatever reason, there's a time called Shemsu Hor, or the followers of Horus. Again, these semi-divine mystical beings with all of these crazy powers that you could interpret as magic or technology. And they reigned for like 15,000 years or something.
As disciples.
Well, yeah, they have these kings lists of these rulers that then it adds up to like 15,000 years for the Shemsu Hor and like 25,000 years for Zep Tepi. And then Menes is the first king of the first dynasty, and it goes right on.
Until
and
dynastic.
we decide, yeah, they look at that, that's our history. And it's our academics that decide, you know what, Menes, that's actually where the history starts, and before that's all myth. And the Egyptians themselves didn't make that distinction.
Now let's assume there's a cataclysm.
Yeah.
Happens tomorrow, God forbid. And it brings us back to hunter-gatherer. 1,000 years from now, if people were telling stories about these ancient humans that had little blocks that they could see each other on and compute, we would sound like the gods.
You would.
We would sound like the gods to people thousands of years from now.
We could send messages to people across the planet in 1 second.
The idea of a satellite is so foreign. It literally seems like we're just sending messages.
It's magic.
We had
magic,
objects
bro.
in space that could track people at any point.
You might even imitate it. You might find a black shiny rock and carve it to look like that and try and do it. And that's, I think, what's happened in ancient Egypt, because across these categories of artifacts and objects, you see like a tale of 2 industries. You have the advanced objects, and then you have the primitive objects that match the primitive tools. So I think there was a lot of imitation and replication going on. I think a lot of these places, like these ancient sites, the Old Kingdom sites, the pyramid sites, eventually became ceremonial sites by the ancient Egyptians. They were the ones dancing around the campfires trying to turn them on again, because they've got some cultural memory of something happening, of something working.
It's oral story.
We would do the same thing. It's human nature.